Hello, I hope you're doing well. This is Bunto Skiffler, and welcome to the fourth installment of Bunto's 2016 Diet Array, third diet failure. Happy 4th. I hope you all have a good weekend so far. If you've been following this series, let me go ahead and fill you in the back. I've been doing a diet array for 2016. Every 9 weeks, take an attempt at a new diet for 9 weeks, and then on the take 1 week off and then report to you back, which diet has worked for me. I started with 2 vegetarian diets, and this one was the third one. I call it reversing, like a metabolism diet. So what I did is I went back to eating animal products, meat, and just up my protein and get back to the power loss that I suffered under the veganism diets. Well, let me report to you what happened to this one. What happened to this one is as I just sort of hit a plateau, where it was one of the strongest plateaus I've had so far in the fitness thing. It was for a solid month. I just stayed at one weight. Okay, let me see if I can just still give you some preamble to this. Last year, 2015, I really had some success at dieting. But 2016, oddly enough, I'm having like no success at dieting whatsoever. I just haven't been able to throw off any poundage. In fact, I've gained. So let me go ahead and show you the results of the last 9 weeks diet. Hold on a second, please. Let me see, where is it? Hold on a sec, guys. There it is. Okay, well, okay, this is what happened. Started in May. You look at it, started 194, and then I went down 1 pound, right? So I said, okay, I'm going back on a downward trajectory. And then sure enough, look at that, 194. If you look at this whole diet on the whole, it really looks stable as far as like no weight loss whatsoever, just staying at weight, right? 194, 184, then 195, right? And then look at June. June, I just stayed at 197, right? Now, just to give you guys an idea, it's always 2 things, right? It's activity and intake, right? Let me describe my intake first. My intake was eating really this time more like 2 times a day, right? With grazing, I was just having like a handful of peanuts here and, maybe a cracker or something. But, I would drink my breakfast in the morning, eat lunch, right? Eat something at dinner, and then, just graze a few times throughout the day, right? So I was keeping my metabolism pretty much going, right? Because it did cross my mind that maybe I did damage my metabolism a little bit with the veganism diets. So I was eating healthy, right? I was not doing any fasting. Let me explain fasting to you. Like in 2015, when I was really losing weight, I would take a day off of fast usually during the week, right? I wouldn't eat anything. I'd just drink my meal pretty much. But I wouldn't eat any solid food or anything of substance, right? That helped me lose weight. Well, for this diet array, this 9 weeks, I had no fasting whatsoever. I just went ahead and ate, right? So, you look at the results, there really wasn't any weight loss whatsoever, right? Now, when I say that, of course, you guys know I'm talking weight loss in the whole. I'm not talking body fat, because, I've been getting as many compliments, if not more, lately at the gym, right? So at least I know I'm not fatting up, it's just that I'm just not losing weight. Now, in my mind, it's always 3 things that I've, stressed in the prior shows. It's maintaining muscle mass, right? 2, it's digging out the body fat. And 3, it's toning, right? So to tell you guys for sure, the toning is there, right? I mean, I'm looking decent. The muscle mass, as far as I know, I'm retaining it, right? Maybe growing some, right? That's okay. I did talk to the trainer about the plateau that I've been having, right? And she says, well, that's because you're just growing muscle mass instead of losing body fat, right? It's replacing it in muscle weighs more, right? Well, that's what we can hope, right? To tell you guys, of course, it would cross your mind to say, well, go take your metrics, Bunto, right? I took my metrics in November, right? But in my mind, it's like, I do not want to take metrics every month, guys. I just want to take them like in November just to see year-to-year basis of what I got. So, and also, this show kind of goes hand in hand with my other show, Skinny Gym. it's like the idea of bulking up is really not foremost in my mind, right? Like I go there and they tell me that, my biceps have grown or my chest has expanded. That's right. It's nice, but really what I was after was body fat loss, right? So okay, not to get breathless on you guys, but I've talked to a lot of people at the gym, right? We have all sorts. We have meatheads, we have, physique competitors, we have fitness chicks, all sorts of people. And I would have to say, just to give you the meta analysis, they say that I should gain weight, because they think I should fill out a little bit more, right? So that's fine. But I'm trying, with all these shows, trying to be honest as a heart attack, is I do have a lot of trepidations of crossing 200 pounds. So look there at, I'm sitting at 197. So I'm 3 pounds away from, the danger zone, right? With what I weighed last year, the lowest I got down was 184, right? So I'm a full 13 pounds over that. My goal this year was I wanted to get down to the 170s, right? So obviously that's just, looking like it's totally unattainable. I'm going to take, I took this week off, July 4th, but what I'm planning to do is to go back to my 2015 full body workout. What I've done activity wise this year is I've separated my workout into splits, just working body parts. And I've had, a lot of good effects with that, as far as like the way it's working my body. But I do realize, because I did try to do my 2015 full body workout last week and I was getting tired. So I think in my mind, not, maybe I've gotten not used to that, but I do think the full body workout's a harder workout for me. So I think at this point for the next 9 weeks, I'm going to go ahead and keep up my eating routine, right? Because I don't want to reduce, but I'm also going to go back to the full body. And I think I'm going to go ahead and throw in a fasting day. A good, there's a choice that you have. You can go to intermittent fasting, right, and be religious about it. Really, I have not been so religious about my intermittent fasting. To be honest with you, it's like, 8 o'clock comes out and I'm a little hungry, I'll go eat a handful of peanuts. So it's not like I've totally shut off the faucet, a la intermittent fasting on my eating. So what I can do, on the other hand, is just have a day where I just, drink my meal and not have anything of substance. And I could try doing that, right? Okay, the thing is that I like to press upon you is that when you do eat and you do have splits, it's like your power is there at the gym, right? You can do powerful things. You have the energy to do it. Strength wise, yeah, you can go progressive and build up to it, but definitely the power is there, right? So depending on how you sneak in the fasting day, you want to still maintain the power, which is foremost. Okay, when I had the vegan diets, I lost a lot of power, and that was something that I just was not very comfortable about. Veganism, I'm sure you can, I'm okay. When I say veganism, I'm not necessarily addressing the morality of it, but just the actual, physiology of it. When you do veganism, you will probably shed the body fat, but you're going to lose a lot of power, right? And when I thought about it, I do want to shed the body fat, but, just the power. Okay, like in 2015, I shed the body fat and kept the power. That's exactly the mentality to where I want to be with 2016. And I'm trying to arrive at a formula that is different than 2015, but I'm just, to be honest, I have not gotten away from that. I think I have to go back to the 2015 idea of a good, solid, epic, full body workout with a fasting day put in and, try to keep my eating as clean as possible. Now, I have sworn off fast food. I don't drink anymore. Processed food, I mean, I don't even eat pizza no more. It's like, I'm throwing out the poor choices of a meal, but to be honest with you guys, I keep saying honest because I'm trying to, pinch myself inside of my mind to be honest. It's like you don't want to get this diet where you just start throwing out everything. You just want to have a kind of Joe or Jane lunch bucket normal diet where you can eat what you want and still, maintain a good metabolism where you're burning off excess glycogen, and you got to work out where you do burn off that excess glycogen, right? Now, I am definitely glycogen positive now when I've stepped away from veganism, right? The deal is that hey man, let's start throwing off the pounds again like we used to. So that's the approach I'm going to do now. Let me go ahead and just vamp here just for the sake of splits, right? I mean, I love splits. I think you can get a lot out of splits, but splits is for development, and it's for, building some bulk in a direction, right? I really don't think splits is aimed at body weight loss, okay, as much as a full body. When you do full body, you are going to shed pounds. The best thing about splits is I did incorporate high intensity training into it on a Monday, and Monday is my weigh-in, right? But look at it, folks. 197, 197, 197, 197, all this 9 weeks, every Monday I was doing hit and I wasn't losing weight. Now, let me tell you a story, guys. I have a doppelganger at the gym named Ken, and he's like maybe a half inch shorter than me, and he weighs, 184, same body shape, everything, right? The thing is that, okay, what is the difference between Ken and Bunto? Ken is a runner, okay? He's been telling me that he's got his mileage up to 40 miles a week, right? And I mean, he looks great. And I says, well, did you lose weight? And he says, no, he's gained 2 pounds. So that shows you that, let me see if I can get the point. It's like I really broke my ass during this 9 weeks, right? And maintained at 197, but in my mind, that's not like freaking running 40 miles a week, right? And look, he ran 40 and gained 2 pounds. So it's just, the mechanics of the body, what you're dealing with, right? It depends on, you align yourself with some sort of workout that does put you at enough activity deficit that it digs into the body fat, right? Do I want to lose muscle? I don't think, I tell you guys that, in my mind of the stories that they say about, going into catabolic state, you watch it, they sort of put a fear in your mind of going catabolic, just because you miss a meal. But in my mind, that is just hype. It's going to take a lot of stress to put your body into some sort of catabolic muscle eating state if you're working out, plenty. Because they say, okay, if you're working out so much, but you're driving yourself to catabolic, you're not really going to get gains, right? Well, dude, I still have 3.5 hour workout split, right? Look at that, dude. I ain't losing nothing. It's like, in fact, I'm getting, leaner muscle look. At least the aesthetics are there, right? So knowing that knowledge, it's sort of like, well, hey, I could throw out a meal. Hey, I can get a little bit closer to the supposed catabolic wall. I'm still far away from it, and I want to see that 197 drop. Now, in the next 9 weeks, if I lose 5 pounds, the diets that I've shown you guys, I really haven't lost but 1-2 pounds at a time, right? But if I can lose just 5 pounds in the next 9-week diet, I'll be happy. And then, that would be the fourth diet. And then I could just take off the rest of the months. Those last 3 months, it'll be somewhere in September. I can, the beginning of October, I can just do reverse dieting for the rest of the year out. Yeah, I'm kind of like bummed out that I couldn't get down to 170, but I'm just struggling here with telling you how I feel. It's sort of like, yes, but what can you do? I mean, it's not like you can take a pill on Monday and wake up Friday at what you want. You have to work hard. That's something that you just have to learn through this whole ordeal. Ordeal is not a problem, but this whole experience of dieting. Okay, let me get back on cam so you can see. See how long the show goes. All right. The people that you meet at the gym, the friends that you make, and the experiences that you tell, and you try to see where they're coming from, right? And they, look at your body and they tell you what they think, right? I sense at the gym, it's like they feel like, wow, this guy is tougher and shit, man. But it's weird that he doesn't lift any heavy weights, right? He's, there's several workouts, okay? There's a workout where a guy will just freaking do his most, do a max rep, and just sit there for 5 minutes, right? Not do anything. And I talk to other people, my body shape, fitness chicks, dudes, coaches, down at the high school we have, or the middle school, excuse me, and they tell me that they're just not the attitude. They want to have a kind of a conditioning workout where you're always keeping moving, right? Not necessarily the body bulking, Mr. Universe, Miss Universe approach of development, right? That's where I am at, right? But it's sort of like, well, Bunto, if you just go, hard as hell progressive, right? Really start getting to most and max, maybe you'll start getting where you're at. But the thing is that I have a little bit of, I don't know if the proper word is dysmorphia, but it's like, that's just not the direction I want to go into. It's like, I just don't want to approach bulk. It's sort of like, I'm at 197. Do I want to get over 200? Then I know I'm bulking. So I just don't want to do that. I'd rather just lose weight. What's going to happen at our gym is they're going to remodel in, I think, late July. And so that gym will be closed for a month, right? So what I'm thinking about doing there is like, they're already sitting trap. Well, it's one of those franchise gyms. So they're like trying to get you to go to other gyms, right? What I decided to do during that time was like, I look at Ken, he's getting up to 40 miles, so I can might as well crank my mileage up, see if I can get into some, I used to be a runner. So, see if I can at least get over 20 miles. I think right now at most I'm around 10, if that, right? Okay, what happens is like, I do all that resistance training 4 to 5 times a week. Okay, 4 times the splits and then 5 Zen, just like a kind of roll out, whatever I missed during the week, workout on Sunday. But Saturday, I do running on that day. And then Wednesday, the day off, where I do recover, I do like walk around and stuff. So let's say, I would say I'm still under 10 miles a week, right? Of course, I do treadmill at the gym, right? So look at Ken, he's at 40 miles, right? I mean, this guy's like a disciplined runner. That time of the gym is going to be off. So then I could just like say, well, listen, Bunto, let's try running every day. Try, getting sustained over, double-digit mileage, right? I haven't done that in a while. It just see how it shapes up. I don't mind running. It's just that, I haven't dived into it. I've been just really doing resistance training. There's swimming, right? But the thing is that the pools here in my town are just infested with kids. So there's no real, adult area, a good swimming pool. I'd have to go into Austin, go down to, I could go to the lakes, right? Or I could go down to like Barton Springs and swim down there. So swimming is also an option. I don't have a bike, so I can't do a bike rider, but it's something else besides resistance training. And then I talked to the guy down there. We have right now, school's off, right? So we've been having a lot of, that gym is like 90% females, right? So we have a lot of the girls like from the volleyball team over there, the fitness chicks, coming in and working out at the gym, right? And, these girls are like 17 years old, right? And it's sort of like they can jump on like the highest pedestals in one jump because like the volleyball team, and that's what they stress, jumping. So it's sort of like there's a lot of body weight there to still explore, to still get after than doing, really lifting resistance training. There's a lot of meatheads at the gym, right? Still, even though that gym is like 90%, there's enough meatheads there that, they would rather have somebody like me, start freaking lifting. I don't know. I just haven't reached that mindset yet. Let me see. Well, let me see. I just capped this thinking about the next minute or two. What else can I talk about the diet? Just staying away from processed foods. My pasta intake has gone down, but I still eat noodles, right? With soup. So I'm not about to say, oh, well, that's the fault. That's going to be lose weight because of noodles. No, I just keep noodles. I think this is the reason that I haven't been losing weight is just because the eating's been there. It's definitely been, when you have a reaction, right? You just try veganism for like, 3 months, dude. You'll just be like, I want that power back. So you won't miss a meal. You just keep eating. And, I talked to a coach there who, coaches the kids, and I asked him, hey, do you ever, how do you eat your food? I always like kind of stuff myself. He says, yeah, he's the same way. He like stuffs himself. There's no portion control there, right? If you guys go online and look at this YouTube guy, Brandon Carter, and he's always stressing portion control, and that's what helps him, keep in shape. But maybe that could be, a thing now with this next diet I'll try in the next 9 weeks. Portion control. You just eat, your protein the size of your fist, and then I think everything else double size. And the only everything else you have is vegetables and carbs, right? He's definitely not into eating any fats whatsoever. Now, you guys heard of, like, you go to Durian Ryder, and he stresses, he'll say little axiom motif. He says the fat that you eat is the fat that you wear, and that's sort of in my mind, right? Like, hey, Bunto, if you're going to start indulging in fatty food, you're going to just constantly be wearing this stuff. The thing about fatty foods is, of course, there's healthy fats that you can eat, like an avocado, opposed to, like, a jelly donut. The thing is that the physique competitors at our gym, they don't like to go anywhere near fats, right? I mean, so I say, like, when you eat an avocado, you eat the whole avocado. No, it's an avocado is like on my cheat day, and I only eat, like, not even a quarter of one, right? I'm not there. I ain't a physique competitor. I just, eat what I want. But I would suggest, like, if you really, keep it in your mind to regulate your fat content of anything, just go ahead and try to get as much protein as you can, carb up if you wish, right? And keep the fats low. And of course, you got to eat your micronutrients with vegetables. Well, I'll just keep it there. If you have any ideas, come on in. Let me open up the room to any participants. I'm going to put the I'm going to put the invite and the room link in the chat. Hold on. In the public. And of course, July 4th, indulge all you want. Now, cheat days. Let's just talk a little bit about cheat days. Of course, everybody says your diet sucks because you're eating poorly, right? The thing is that you try to eat as clean as possible, but you can't have this totally, idyllic diet where you don't indulge in any sort of luxury food once in a while, comfort food. So then you throw in a cheat day every once in a while because, your body, if there's anything that you learn about dieting and fitness, your body is just notorious at adapting. And so it'll just, like, lock in at whatever thing you're doing and, work its way around it. So you have an intense activity, opposed with a diet, it'll figure out some way of wreaking a homeostasis so you're not losing any weight. So what happens is that instead of ever slowing your metabolism down, by a very stringent diet, you have a cheat day in there and it'll just open up that metabolism. Now, as I said previously in some of my shows, I'm not a believer in everything I've studied or everything I've witnessed that you can strengthen your metabolism. Well, your metabolism is what it is, depending on your age or your health, right? But what you can do is you can expand your metabolism, right? And the way you do that is by getting muscle mass. So let's say my metabolism's at a certain speed, 30 miles an hour. What I can do is I can expand it so I can get to 30 miles an hour. I don't think it'll ever go up to like 35 or 40. It's just the nature of the game. Your cells are what they are. I don't think they can improve. I could be wrong. If everybody wants to come in and correct me that as far as like improving metabolism somehow on cellular level, I think you can. So, if any of you are like, under 50 years old, I would suggest you try to keep some sort of fitness and keep your metabolism keep going, because what happens is it is not strengthening, it's retarding. It's getting slower and slower. Um, I've, you get coupons in the mail for Burger King or you drive by Taco Bell. I swore that off because it was just like, you know, I probably, if I would have ate it, during the week, during the diet, would I have gained weight? Probably because, I ate a lot cleaner this time. But, it's just, okay. The thing is that with fast food, the only benefit that you do get out of fast food is that it's fat. It's fast. You don't have to like make food yourself. But if you're in the mindset of you have to save your money too, just make your own food. All the fitness chicks and fitness competitors, they're all on chicken. Some fish, right? These girls lay off red meat, right? So I've been having at least red meat once a week, having a red day. So maybe that's an idea for the next diet. Is just throw off the red meat, see if I can lose any weight that way. The thing is that, I told you before, I just don't want to lose any power. Not just keep in shape, splits. Probably the most interesting thing in my workout now is like I'm getting more and more exploratory with HIIT, right? There's like a lot of things that you can do with high intensity interval training, watching other people. And, that's could be a direction I'm going. Oh yeah. What I also did too in the experiment is that I went ahead and, I was doing like 30-minute cardio, start the workout. And then at the end of the workout, I'd do like some finisher, like 19 to 30-minute cardio at the end. So I was bookending my cardio, right? Well, when I saw that, plateau happen, I say about 2 weeks ago, I just said, hey man, instead of like cranking up your cardio to some stupid, ridiculous, hour cardios, forget it, man. I'm just going to do 10 minutes and I'm just going to, if it's going to be power, so be it, be power, be resistant training. So now if I go back to my full body, like I did in 2015, you can go back to the bookend cardio, 30 minutes. So do you need to do a big 30-minute bookend cardio? I think, let's say that you're out of shape and you're kind of fatty and you want to work it down. Yeah. But if you're like in shape and you just fall upon HIIT, just do HIIT instead of, an intense cardio approach. Thing about cardio is like, it's just not one flavor of cardio you can do. I do treadmill, cross ramp, elliptical, super elliptical, warm-up bike, so there's like 5 flavors of cardio you can do there. What I try to do is like when I was doing the splits, the cardio I would do would be more leg intensive, treadmill or cross ramp for sure, right? To burn stuff off. And then the other days for resistance, I was doing arms and chest or shoulders and back. Then I do, the elliptical, super elliptical warm-up bike, right? Splits went well, dude. I mean, I just organized that workout flat out, learned, a lot of good resistance exercises. Can I put that aside for the next 9 weeks? I think I can. I'm not going to, right now, in the next thing, it's like, 3 diets in a row where I have not lost any weight. So it's like 4th diet, let's go back to 2015, see if that one cranks some poundage down. Like I said, if I could just lose 5 pounds on that one, I'll take it because I haven't lost weight in a long time. Trainers told them, they talked. The first thing the trainers, besides, I guess they've known for so long that I'm not just going to jump onto some program for them. But, the first thing in their mind is like, you got to eat. So, it's like they tell you that your body is stabilized out. So you've got to like really bang out the resistance and, see if you can round yourself out that way. If you really want a round body, guys, I mean, if you really want to just look sort of halfway decent, like you're in shape and stuff, just take a lot of creatine, man. Just freaking take creatine. for a month or two and you'll start looking decent, you know, because that just rounds out your muscles, fills them with water. But if you want to look cut, you know, I think you better freaking shed the body fat. Girls at the gym, they're like, you know, body fatties. There's the only one that really got cut were the fitness competitors. Like Cindy, she just got cut like out of her mind, dude, because she wants to get her pro card. She was going to do it this weekend, so I don't know how she did. Becca, my friend Becca, she just looks the same. She looks good. Everybody else is just kind of roundish out. So, okay, the reason I bring that up is because, you know, these guys go on vacation, like, you know, the Bahamas or Hawaii or something, so they want to fit in the bikinis. So they, you know, at the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, are going to jump on a cardio thing or do some sort of hit, right? But, you know, it's not like, you know, it's more like Kardashian look than not. Well, Kardashians are some fat asses, man. I mean, those girls are kind of sloppy fats, but they don't look that bad. But, you know, it's just that same sort of body fattish type look. There's no like bikini models there. There's fitness competitor chicks, but there's not like bikini models. Yeah, fitness competitors. I'm thinking like, you know, my friend Jen there. They're just, you know, muscle girls. The dudes there, just some coaches. A lot of meatheads now. I've noticed like this guy Tommy came on and he's a meathead. I think we've gotten another guy, and these guys are just like, you know, weightlifters, but they're not cut at all. They're just, you know, they're not development so much. It's just strength stuff. And they've been having a little bit of like, you know, contests and stuff at the gym. So I've been watching that. And, you know, we do have some strong guys at the gym. Jorge, just strongest dude at the gym. But the thing is, these guys, you know, to tell you, they're not cut. I mean, they're just big dudes. But there's no definition there. Well, let me see. I hope y'all have a happy 4th. What are the words of wisdom I can give you? It's like, you know, if you are just starting your diet, you know, ask me any questions you want, put something in the comments. Of course, you know, go ahead and look at YouTube and you know, read books, all that you want. You know, finding the right diet is, in my mind, just two things. You know, it's intake and your activity. You have to have some discipline, right? Be it you're eating or just working out. And just, it's worth it. You know, just 2 words come to mind, and that is not quitting. You know, don't quit, man. Stick to it. Happy 4th. Take care, y'all.